Welcome back to Video Game Anniversary of the Day, brought to you by MaxCubeGaming. Today's video game that is celebrating a birthday is Square Enix Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation 1, released on February 11th, 1999. Final Fantasy VIII is the 8th installment in the Final Fantasy series. Set on an unnamed fantasy world with science fiction elements, the game follows a group of young mercenaries led by Squirrel Lionheart as they are drawn into a conflict sparked by a sorceress named Eleon Carmer, who seized control of a powerful military state. During their quest to defeat the sorceress and the forces manipulating her, Squirrel struggles with his role as a leader and develops a romance with one of his comrades, Rhaenyra Hartley. Final Fantasy VIII consists of role-playing experience with 3 main modes of play: world map, the field map, and the battle screen. The world map is a 3D display in which the player may navigate freely across a small-scale rendering of the world. Characters travel across the world in various ways, including foot, car, chobu, train, and airship. Final Fantasy VIII received critical acclaim. In general, the game was compared favorably to its predecessor. Its results were quite impressive. Metacritic, a 90 out of 100. Game Informer, 9.5 out of 10. GameSpot, 9.2 out of 10. GameSpy, 90 out of 100. And IGN, 9 out of 10. They also won awards. Electronic Gaming Monthly gave it Game of the Year. IGN gave it Best Role-Playing for 1999. Computer Gaming World gave it the best game in 2000. It was a bestseller in Japan. It had more than 2 million pre-orders prior from release. The game set a single-day sales record, selling 2.21 million copies and grossing 17.2 billion yen, or $151 million in its first day of release. It sold approximately 2.57 million units in Japan within the first 4 days of release. Within 2 days of its American release on September 7th, 1999. Final Fantasy VIII became the top-selling game in the United States, a position it held for more than 3 weeks. It sold more than 1 million copies and grossed more than $50 million, equivalent to $88 million in today's money. North America, during the 13 weeks following that, it made it the fastest-selling Final Fantasy title ever. It was also the best seller in the UK. In Europe, it grossed over 27 million euro, or 28 million euro, equivalent to today's money, which is around 50 million euro in 1999, adding all up more than $230 million, equivalent to over $400 million grossed in Japan, North America, and Europe during 1999. By the end of 1999, 6.8 million units were sold worldwide, including 3.61 million in Japan, 1.35 million in North America, 1.12 million in Europe and other territories. Its sales had increased to 7 million copies by the early of 2021. By March 2003, the game had shipped 8.15 million copies, including 3.7 in Japan and 4.45 abroad. By 2009, it sold over 8.6 million copies on PlayStation. And according to Steam Spy, an estimate 703,000 digital copies of PC version were sold on Steam by April 2018. By August 2019, worldwide sales were above over 9.6 million copies across all platforms. Fun fact, in March 1999, 1 month after the game's release, Final Fantasy VIII Ultimania was published, a book that featured an in-depth guide to Final Fantasy VIII and interviews with developer. Squall's appearance is based on Joaquin Phoenix's deceased brother, River Phoenix. Selphie's limit break has 2 useless spells, and a bunch of dancers were recreating the Michael Jackson's Thriller during Edia's parade. Finally, Delia City was inspired by Paris. Overall, this game is legendary, and it even belongs in Game Collector's collection. What are your fond memories of this game? Is it better than 7? Let me know your comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.